under the house, I can promise you, nobody is paying full price. Yes, sir.
A question for you. You referred before, number one, that they were all brick.
Yes.
In Moore County, is there a big variance between, let's say, a framed house, this hardy plank, and a brick? Is it that big a difference, or about the same?
It's not that big of a difference, but an appraiser will give more value to brick over hardy plank, more than vinyl. But it's become less and less an issue, as much as square footage is by far the most important. Vicki, would you agree? Vicki's husband, by the way, Wayne Haddock of Pinehurst Homes, is one of the top builders in Moore County. He builds custom homes, he'll build spec homes. And we start with a formula, and the benchmark for that formula is square footage. I think it's the most important part of getting a home value. And it's the most important part of getting a home price to sell. The clients that got their home under contract in 59 days, I would like to clone them, and I'll tell you why. Not only was their home in impeccable shape, they spent a fortune on the home prior to listing it with Total Design Solutions. They're a company that are actually here at the show. They came in and staged the home, decluttered it, depersonalized it. I mean, and this home looked like there was a peacock flying over the house and it was shot in a windstorm. There were colors everywhere, orange, red. It was a very extreme home color-wise. They neutralized the whole home. They refinished the hardwood floors. It showed like a showcase. When buyers go out today to look at homes, let's say that a buyer gets in a car with their real estate buyer agent, and they want to look at homes between $250,000 and $300,000. Well, they put a list together of the 6 or 7 homes they want to see. Their mission in going out that day is not to find a home to buy, it's to eliminate homes from their list. That's the way the buyer is thinking these days. They look at homes to cross them off their list. So they narrow down their list and they narrow down their list. The competition is fierce. The homes that go on the market had better be in the best possible shape you can imagine. You almost have to make an investment to declutter the home and turn your home into a house. When people come in, they want to see the floor plan, they want to see the layout, they want to see your furniture. They want to see your furniture set up in the home in such a way that it can give them an idea of what they can do with theirs. The most amazing thing to me is sometimes we'll find a home that is absolutely perfect for a buyer, and they won't buy it because your grandmother's dining room set's not going to fit. It happens. That's what, and there's so much inventory out there that they have choices. So we have to move on. Total Design Solutions did a magnificent job on this one particular home. And when I first walked in to see it, the home was built in 1998, and I was expecting it to be frozen in time. It was not. It was stunning. And you walked in, and I saw nothing about the people who owned the home in the house. Everything was neat as a pin, family portraits were taken down, furniture was rearranged to create the best possible flow. And as a broker, I was so proud of the listing that on the flyer that we sent out to the other brokers, we said it is the most compelling value in this particular gated community. And I knew I could back it up. And the brokers, something that's very important to understand in our market is when you list your home with a broker, the reputation that that broker has with the other brokers is very, very important. We're not competitors like a lot of people think. Whether you're at a company XYZ or Fore Properties, we all work together. If a realtor brings a buyer to us and they see that the home is listed by Fore Properties in this case, you know what? They know that the home is priced well and we will do our work to defend it. What are the buyer agents? What are they doing? They're driving around with all their buyers who are watching a lot of CNN. And they're telling their buyers maybe, look, the market is oversaturated. You can go in and offer anything you want. It's a buyer's market. It's in your hands. A good buyer agent will say to their buyer, we've looked at a few homes today and they were overpriced. With this one, I can defend the value. If you can defend the value of your home in this market, you increase the odds of getting your home sold. It's not a guarantee. Foreclosures and short sales are affecting value. The entire monetary crisis is affecting the valuations that appraisers are putting on properties that banks are willing to loan us. We're in an environment where there are missiles flying overhead all the time, and people want to buy a home and lock in a price, but they're also afraid that what if they lock in a price today? Is the value of that home going to be lower tomorrow? So a lot of their offers take that into account. The article that I sent you on pricing is a very important article because it talks about the psychology of the buyer and the buyer agent. When I wrote it 2 years ago, I did not realize how things were going to change as much as they had. I could see things were slowing down, but today more than ever, that information is very important for the seller. It's a commitment to put your home on the market today. It used to be in the Pinehurst, Southern Pines area. You'd stick a sign in the ground and you'd have 3 or 4 people looking at the house in a couple of weeks and you'd get an offer because they wanted to live here. They still want to live here, but they don't want to be overpaying for what they get. I'm just curious, how many years have you lived here?
20 years.
20 years. Where did you come from?
I was born here.
You were?
Oh.
Native?
I'm a native,
Okay.
but we moved here to Fore.
Did anybody here buy a home from the years 2004 to 2007?
Built.
Okay, you built in that time?
2004.
Okay. How many square feet is your home?
3,000 plus a partial addition that's not completed. That's like 7 or 8 square feet on the size of the floor.
Okay. Is it in a gated community?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want any information, but I'm going to give you some information on the sales of homes in gated communities in this area. And in gated communities, I'm talking about National, Pine Wild, and Mid-South. In the last 4 to 5 months, homes, new construction homes that have sold with all the bells and whistles, probably are selling between 160 and 175 a square foot. 3 or 4 years ago, that number was between 170 and 190, and in some cases $200 a square foot. Homes that are 4 to 5 years old are treated